your host, Chivesa Cecilia Mungulwe. Now, on today's episode, we are going in the community. As you can see, we're in Kulimatawa bus station to get varying views from the general public regarding the increase in the number of cases of HIV. Currently, Zambia has reported about 30,000 new cases of HIV, bringing the total number of people living positive to 1.4 million. So come with me as I get to interact with the community of Lusaka in Kulimatawa bus station on why they think that the cases of HIV are increasing despite people having access to information and the various preventive measures.
I want to tell you about HIV. The reason why young people nowadays, they are sick of HIV. You know the reason? It's because of people of nowadays, young people, us young people, we are not listening about what people are telling us. We are working with sugar daddies, big people, you know. You think like those people who are kulupali for tabarwele bali wala why? Because me in 20 years I don't enda no muntu kwete 60 years, which is ujao kwete 60 years pakuta fikisha 60 years ai kumana po na abantu banga vengi sana and then uloisa sangati inen kwete 20 years ndiye amku kumana na udio muntu kwete 60 years ali kalama years ayenge pano pachalo then ali kwata kaliaka shishi nganalala na nkonyishikaya ngira muri ine. So kaliaka shishi kala bomba mufintu fya pisana inenga kaingira muline na inenga na alala na umbi na ine we na uli umbi na nkwaka yalo ala because umubiri tule kumana na umubiri unga umo.
I just want to talk about the causes of HIV. Why there's an increase in the HIV. In my own experience and research, I've noticed that especially in towns like people are not caring about the causes of, the causes of HIV. They're not afraid of HIV. Yes, I've heard a number of people saying they are scared of pregnancies than getting someone pregnant than HIV. But the HIV is real and is really affecting a number of people, of which I've known a lot of people who are HIV positive. And the reasons in my view, I've seen these young ones, especially the people we are calling the Gen Zs, people who are from the 2000s going up, yes, they have known a lot of good things in terms of lifestyle. People are competing in terms of lifestyles. They really want to live a certain life that have not been, which they cannot afford on their own. And in the end, they are going to other people who already have money to go and have indulge themselves in these HIV in these sexual activities. And these other people, they are also not caring. There's also a misconception actually from the what you call the traditional healers. Those who think when they sleep with a certain age, they might be cured of HIV. Some people are being lied to that, and they might be cured of HIV. In the end, they are transmitting HIV to the young ones. And then even this thing that no one is talking about, the boarding houses. The boarding houses, yes, it's a good thing on the other end because it's helping other people to access education, higher learning education in places where they cannot manage. But it has also become a problem because these people are now free, where you find that these adults, like the bigger men, going after these young ones who are also living in these boarding houses because of freedom. They are able to do whatever they want to do. They are able to come, they are able to party. Even just rampant, the upcoming of these bars in every place that you go to, you have people drinking. In our cities, we have no places like where people can meet and sober up. Like where it's a sober event, you know. This time around, people are meeting in places, they hang out, people are having, it's all about drinking. And what happens when people are drunk is they end up engaging themselves in these various activities. We are seeing this with our own eyes happening. And people have put a blind eye on it. And that's the reason why we have a high number of HIV cases going on. Because now people no longer fall in love to have sex. Because remember a time that we were growing up, it was very difficult even just to see a lady's pant. It was very difficult. But now you don't even need to start talking about love when you just meet a girl, 2-3 beers, and you're going to sleep with that person. You see, that those are the reason, especially bars, the alcohol consumption, all these sort of things, activities happening. We don't have those recreation facilities where people can meet and just have a sober meeting. All those are contributing to people indulging themselves in HIV, in these sexual activities, and hence contracting HIV and AIDS.
I just want to say something on the reason why HIV is rampant. Number one, substance abuse. This time it's like children have no morals on what they have to do in the name of human rights. We see a lot of children abusing substances, alcohol, drugs. And then after abusing these substances, the end out result is that most of them would want even to indulge in sexual activities. They even call it sex parties nowadays without protection. And this has largely contributed, being a girl child, a victim of this, because women, most of the times, especially girls, would want to have good things. And hence, they would want to fall prey in the hands of sugar daddies who would give them iPhones, money to satisfy their needs. And then the other challenge, I think, is poverty. You find that most people would want to get what they want, and the only way they feel they can get that is by indulging into sexual activities without protection, knowing that even if they get infected, they'll still have ARVs to take, and they care less whether the ARVs have an effect on their health or not. So basically, this is what I can say regarding HIV rampance on the women folk. The other thing probably I can state is that people would want to get fast things instead of working for them. You want to get something and you are asked to pay in kind without even bothering to know the status of that person that wants to indulge into sexual activities with you. So basically, those are the few things I can talk about.
Munga program ya HIV positive Zambia. Chamene apakira maningi munga especially kule azimai yapeza yakuti urami meeting lero yamena veni kwa meeting pamene hapo izapeza yakuti azaona protection ayona baza meeting anachese mtena munhu especially munga mumaba veni wazabwera wa muuza ati okay bazapangana cha ndrama apene wakafika kuja uchamwamuna azabwera muuza ata inesinsi nakonda maningi so strike tete pangana usunga zinge direct nzafaka po ndrama yaso ndiye standard yamene ina monga asikazi pali manje pali under ndrama wakondesa maningi ndrama life yavo waitenga simple kuchira wakonda ndrama kuchira life yavo.
Yeah, so I think what's really leading to the increase of number of HIV cases in Zambia is due to one aspect, even though it doesn't make sense, I would say lack of employment. You'd find that young ladies, for example, are running into prostitution, and that's one of the leading increase of the number of HIV and AIDS. I think so. Yeah. And the second one I would raise up is most youths here in Zambia do not love to use, or we do not talk about the measures of preventing ourselves. For example, using condoms, some shy away because they feel like we shouldn't be talking about such topics and stuff. So you find people saying, no, I don't want to use condoms, or I don't know much about condoms, I don't know much about what happens really.
Tuna munga HIV sekuma kuli mayufi ya paka bafana tambwenda na mayufi vochitika vapaka kuli se bafana tenda na bantu wakulu vochita vapaka so silimushe munga kuli se bafana so tiskontrole HIV ya paka bwira oti so tiskontrole ku mayufi mwaziwa otherwise HIV silimushe bwira oti apa behavior chinjeko.
I think the reason why HIV is increasing, especially in women, is that they don't use protection. If you don't want to be affected with HIV, let's use condoms that are there. If you can't, please let's abstain. We are ladies. The future is bright. So for me, that's my advice to every women and men everywhere in Zambia, the whole country.
I feel the cases of HIV have really increased dramatically, especially for the young girls. One point is because of poverty. You know, young girls feel when they are given small monies, little food, they feel it's life. But one thing they always fail to realize is that they're contracting HIV. Sleeping out, going out with these big minds who have got big money, you know, that is also influencing the girls. The other reason I feel it's because of defilement. You know, a lot of girls are vulnerable. Young girls are vulnerable. They're always given opportunity in exchange to sex. If you are looking for employment, no one can employ you unless you sell your body. So you find the director is HIV positive. And this girl, because she's vulnerable, she needs to work. And then what is she going to do? She'll just give out her body, and in the end, she'll contract HIV. And I don't think if men can really be responsible and also reasonable, I feel these cases of HIV can be lessened. I think that's my concern.
HIV abana aba tabari umfwa. That's why nakuma skuru tabari pusha maskuru. Abana aba tabari fwaya. Bari fwaya abakuru. Bari bena. Oro abo mwafyashi. Please mutipose kwama. Abana mumapose kona bena mano. Mune bafwaira kunchito. Because abana aba ngabari muri ibifine tabari kwa tensto ibifine bagwatsi barengira manje mukufwa endara mojo tabeshi beko barefuya. That's why HIV repaka because of indara mashire shupa.
The reason why is sexual intercourse is increasing the HIV and AIDS in the world, and the way we can protect ourselves is to stay away from the sexual intercourse, and we can use a condom. Yeah, that's all I can continue.
And then how can you encourage your fellow young people?
We should stay away from the sexual intercourse. Yeah, that's the way you can protect ourselves. Yeah, and wait, and especially for us, the youth, you can wait until you get married, and then you can start the sexual intercourse with your husband.
I think the reason why the HIV cases are increasing is because people, they are not using the condoms that are provided, and they just the men that are also just approaching the young girls, they are approaching them with a lot of money. So you will find maybe the girl is suffering where she is, and she will think about the money being offered, and so she is tempted to just sleep with those men, and then now the conditions that they are giving them is to sleep without wearing any protection. That is why I think that the cases of HIV/AIDS are increasing.
My opinion, the reason why there's a higher rate of HIV in this generation, for me, my opinion is parents of today, they are not as strict as they used to be for us when we were growing up. I think, and to improve that, I think for parents, they should be more strict or even educate their children on how to prevent the risk of HIV. And also, the government has made it easy for us because they've provided PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. You can take for those like who are sexually active. I can advise them to start taking PrEP, which can help you to avoid the risk of HIV.
This topic of which is sensitizing about why AIDS has increased, especially here in Lusaka, because this is where I've stayed for so many years. From my own experience and what I've seen, because I work with the public, mostly it has affected the youths in the sense that others, not necessarily that they don't have what to do, others are carried away by the group that they join. Some of them, they are carried away, especially students that we have who happens to be our daughters. They are carried away by and influenced by the family, by their friends who are coming from different backgrounds. As a result, we have this problem of saying maybe it's just pleasure. without knowing the repercussion, what is involved in what they are doing. Normally, we are affected as parents in the sense that some of these kids that we send to school is through sacrifice. Others are coming from homes which we don't have enough resources, but it's so sad and so devastating in the sense that some of our kids they get influenced by their friends because they think they are remaining behind with what is happening without knowing that their future lies in their hands. Truly, if really we can sensitize them, because look, coming from where they are coming from all the way to become a student, others just in grade 12, they haven't tasted what it takes to be a graduate. They haven't tasted the fruits that they've labored for. Therefore, I'm encouraging each and every kids that exactly know your focus, know your goal. For you to achieve what you want, do not rush for things that you don't know. The repercussions are so bad in the sense that, one, you get sick. After laboring for so many years, you won't enjoy the fruits. As a result, as a family, as a concerned parent, definitely it's a loss to us. It's a very big loss and it really pains me. We parents, especially us parents who are using money to destroy other people's kids, let's stop this. If the government can come into force and stiffen the penalties of this, in my own case, I would even encourage to do is instead of that, castration can be much better because those are evil people. They've destroyed our children using the cash that we don't have. It's so painful, so devastating in the sense that this government should come in to work in hand with us, the public, that are concerned, because we have kids who have future after they've done so much. It hurts. Truly, it hurts. Let's work together as one. We can achieve and bring a better Zambia. Thank you.
The community has shared varying views regarding why they think HIV and AIDS is increasing despite them having access to information. Our plea and hope is that the general public can learn something and bring down the number of cases of HIV to have a community and a society, but most importantly, a Zambia that is HIV free. My name is Chivesa Cecilia Mungulwe, and I have been your host on today's episode of the NGOCC podcast. Until next week, thank you for watching.